Hi friends, I hope you all are well. The chess game that I have brought for you today was played between Anatoly Karpov and Garry Kasparov in 1985. And this game was a wonderful game in my eyes. Despite having good moves, Anatoly Karpov made blunders and lost the game. So let's move on to the game. Here begins Anatoly Karpov with e4, then c5, knight f3, e6, d4, c take d4, then knight take d4, black knight c6, knight b5, then d6, c4, knight f6, now from here white plays knight to c3 defending pawn on e4, now black decides to go to a6 and kick knight off, then knight a3. Black plays pawn to d5, then Karpov takes d5, e takes d5, then e takes d5, and now the knight comes to b4, then bishop e2, black plays bishop to c5. From here we see both sides to go ahead and castle. Now white bring his bishop to f3, then bishop f5. From here white bring his bishop to g5 as most people do, pinning down pieces. Rook to e8. From here, white decides to bring his queen to d2 to connect his rooks and defending his bishop at g5, then b5 and it locks knight at a3, then rook d1, knight d3, knight b1, h6 attacking white bishop, bishop h4, then b4 attacking on knight. Knight goes to a4, bishop d6, then white bishop goes to g3. From here black decides to bring his rook to c8, then b3, g5, bishop takes bishop at d6, queen takes bishop, pawn to g3. Black knight goes to d7, bishop g2, queen f6, white pawn goes to a3, then a5, then exchange of pawns here, queen a2, bishop g6. Now the next move from a lot of people's opinion is probably the Rost move too. Pawn to d6, then g4, queen d2, king g7, then blunder from white, he moves his pawn to f3, queen takes d6, pawn takes g4 pawn, queen to d4 and check, king goes to h1, knight f6, rook goes to f4, knight e4, queen takes knight at d3, knight goes to f2 and check, rook take f2, bishop takes queen at d3, rook d2, queen e3, rook takes d3, rook c1, knight b2, queen f2, knight d2, rook takes rook at d1 and check, knight takes, rook at d1, then rook goes to e1. This is the last move from Garry Kasparov and Anatoly Karpov resigned.